We're back over here. Now, we're about to go turn in the keys. Come follow me back. This was the last thing we had to do. We didn't show it before, but take my word for it. If you think that it doesn't look good right now, imagine what it looks like before we just spent the last 30 minutes cleaning the outside trim and the garage door. So, yeah, we took 4 days, well, 3 days, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday to really clean this place out and burn all the wood in the back. Now this fuse that came off. You can literally see the wood back in the carpets. My wife scrubbed down, she did all the flooring in here, except for that where it looks brown out on the floor, but you probably can't see it right there. I took a magic eraser and got that as good as it could get. It was a whole lot worse. But as you can see, we cleaned the countertops. The refrigerator, we did the best we could. The refrigerator had been sitting outside for about 3 years. And so, of course, it's got a little mold growing on the outside of the thing, which we tried to get out as best as we could. We didn't take a toothbrush to it, which I knew if we took a toothbrush to it, it might have gotten all out. But we did it. We just cleaned it with a rag and bleach. You see, some rust got to it. We're cleaning all of this right here. We had mop clean along the whole house. As you can't see this, and you probably won't be able to see it in the video, but along the whole house, we got all the baseboards. So that's another detail when you clean the house. If you hit those baseboards, make it look 10 times cleaner. And you can generally tell if a house is clean if you hit that up there, hit the sides, hit all the baseboards, clean where the filter was at. Those are things you have to clean up. Now here we got some tape on the wall from being in the studio for so long that we couldn't get the tape off without peeling off the paint. So what we did was we just cleared around it. And here's one spot where while we were cleaning, some paint fried off, and that's what happens with this right here. And so since we didn't want to just have a whole bunch of paint chips in the wall, we said which one would be the best? Leave this stuff up here or take it down and have paint chips all over the wall. We left it up there. Mm-hmm. So we got the closets and stuff. The good thing, we clean around the baseboards in every room. So, that's done. We called Alabama Power this morning. As you can see, the lights are still on, even though we called Alabama Power to get it turned off. It's not turned off. My wife, I didn't talk to him. My wife talked to him and said the guy was being rude. So I'm going to call back later on. And that's the case. Sometimes, unfortunately, when women call and handle business, if a man is at the other end, generally more so a non-melanated man, and you're talking to a woman that he perceives to be a melanated woman, generally a non-melanated man, when they're doing business with a melanated woman on the phone, they do tend to get some kind of attitude. But generally, when I call, and this is another thing about that I'm thankful that I served in the military. This is another reason why I'm thankful that I served in the military. Because I learned in the military, if somebody is getting nasty with you, there's other ways to tame that flame than to get back nasty with them. So when I give them a call back, if I feel like I'm receiving the same thing, I know how to handle that stuff. And that's thanks to the military that I learned that stuff, how to do that. But I will hurt your feelings real fast. My wife will tell you, I'll say some of the nastiest things in the nicest ways. It'll be so nice the way that I say it, but it'll make you cry because it'll be so nasty. Mm-hmm. And that's what I am. I'm a real life demon. I want you to know that. I want the camera to know that. From my time in the military, I'm the nicest guy in the world, but I'm the nicest demon you will ever know. Mm-hmm. I also tell my wife all the time, we don't subscribe to you. If you watch this, you probably already know that we don't subscribe to religion, because in religion, religion wants you to qualm your inner self. And sometimes you have to be a demon to deal with these Christian devils, or to deal with these whatever devils, these Islamic devils, or these Jewish devils, whatever devil from whatever religion. Because in religion, 95% of the people in the religion are demons. So you have to not subscribe to that stuff so you know the best avenue to deal with these demons. Because the best way to deal with a demon is to be a bigger demon. Okay. Okay, and as you can see, we didn't hit up the outside. That's no big deal because when they come and they evaluate the home, they're gonna base it on the inside. And as you see, we did the carpets in here as well. We also washed the windows down. We got the windows done. We didn't get the outside windows. All these windows are double pane, but we did clean the insides. And in the bathroom, as you can see, look at this. We didn't show it before with the bathroom. We didn't wash the tub for about 3 weeks.
For about 3
2 weeks prior to us moving, and in the week of closing, before we got all our stuff out here. So it was about 2.5, 3 weeks where we didn't wash the tub. It was actually pretty dirty. And wow, looks like our dream of Genie came through here. Everything is looking real nice. Everything is looking real nice in here. Even the closets, man. My wife got down in the closets, took the, because we had some dirt in the closet from, we already knew that we were going to be moving into the house and we were going to be farming. So we had moved all our clothes out of the closet and we started stacking growing material in the closet. And a lot of that stuff busted open and spilled in the closet. And so my wife went around, took the vacuum cleaner and got underneath the seams to make sure to get all that stuff out there, which is really good. It's really good, you know. My aunt, this is what my aunt says about me. I'm gonna tell you, speaking on saying that I can be a real demon. This is what my aunt says. My aunt says sometimes, my aunt calls me the big devil sometimes. Yeah, she does. Matter of fact, not just sometimes.
Mostly all the time.
Hello, team. So, I don't have the compost pile all the way dug out yet, but it's dug out enough on one side. It was dug out deep enough on one side that I have been clearing out this area right here, what's going to be composted, and harvesting the good material underneath, harvesting this. Right now, I'm harvesting it for the strawberry patch. Good, see how good of a material this is, baby? This is just probably about 10 to 15 years of just composting. This is better than any material you can get in the store because this is all natural. It's just been leaves decomposing for years after years after years, and nobody cleaning it up. And all you had to do was clean back the top layer, which I'm not just gonna use this one patch. I'm eventually gonna do this whole area right here, clear the top layer off of it, and get dirt throughout the various areas. And then when we change this into our chicken area, it'll be nice and clean, and they'll be able to lay their fertilizer on it. And once again, leaves will fall down. Scoop off the top layer, harvest the material. But the only difference is when we have chickens, when we're harvesting the layer underneath the leaves, then it'll have chicken manure mixed in it. And that'll be good stuff. That'll be real good, natural material to use. So I already dropped one barrel off. We're gonna have to pause the video because don't want to just see me fill this bucket load up with dirt. And so we'll be able to show you more things. We're gonna go for a quick little break. Ready to go?
It's already recording.
Huh?
Ready recording.
It's already. It was recording while I was talking shit?
Mm-hmm.
It was?
No.
Oh, okay. Good.
They need to hear how you talk to me.
Excuse my language. Excuse my language, everybody. I didn't mean to be spitting such vulgar words at you. But me and my wife were having a private conversation, and I don't think it was appropriate for the camera to get into our private conversation. So here's the material being brought in here. We got 2 loads in here so far. We need 3, 4, 5, 6. We need probably about 6 more loads. About 6 more loads, and this will be good. Yeah, we got 2 in here so far, but so 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 loads, and I think it'll be okay. As you see, we cleaned up the. I think I already showed them where we took out some of the monkey grass and peeled that layer of rubber out of there, so we could plant right here. But you see this soil? Why we have to bring that in is because show them the dirt. This soil right here, no nutrients. It doesn't have any nutrients to feed the strawberries. So we got to bring in that right there to feed the strawberries, and we hope we can get a decent amount of strawberries this year. We hope to get a decent amount, but most importantly, when the season is over with, we'll have that compost down there get nice and rich and ready to go in there to provide more nutrients. Also, we're going to be buying a wood chipper, so we'll be throwing wood chips in there, keep it in nice and moist. You know, the wood chips mixed in with the compost, it really helps it hold moisture. So even when it's a dry climate and it hasn't rained for a few days, those wood chips will hold that moisture in there really well. So we're gonna get to walking back down here, and I'm gonna show you guys this compost pile and how that's going. Sister Gina. Nice.
It's okay.
Huh?
It's okay.
What's okay?
What did you say?
That come to life.
What?
That come to life.
Oh.
We're over there walking dead over there. We just in autopilot. I found, now, camera, I'm going to tell you, I found out that Sister Gina really doesn't like the outdoors. Either that or she's never really been in the outdoors because she's not very proficient with working outdoors. Which leads me to believe that, 1, she's never done it before, and 2, as a child, she didn't spend much time outside. Whereas me, as a child, I spent all my time outside, and I used to garden with my grandmother. So I have a little bit of experience with this stuff, and right now, that little bit of experience is paying off. So a little bit at a time, yeah, I can keep using the material from right there, but I'd rather clean up as I go because I'm working for myself. All I have is time for myself, and I'm doing my whole property a service by cleaning it up. And that's the good thing about farming too. When you're farming, you really take good care of your land. You know, because I'm extracting this stuff that hasn't been extracted in years, and I'm putting it to use. I'm letting the land work for itself. And also, another thing is because this land hasn't been taken care of, that turned out to be a benefit because now, as I'm cleaning it, it has hundreds upon, I think thousands of dollars, potentially thousands of dollars worth of savings out here because a lot of the material that we need, we have it everywhere. The material that we need is everywhere. And in the long run, that will save us thousands of dollars. It will, because we won't have to run back and forth to the big box and get material. We already have the material here. Right, Sister Gina? Mm-hmm. And that's the advantage of, look at that. Look how rich. Come in here and show the camera how rich this stuff is. Look how rich it is. Look how you can tell how nutrient rich it is by how dark it is, how it retains moisture right there. You know that's quality material right there. That's A1, that's gold. That's gold material. you're not gonna be able to buy anything in the store that can compare to that quality. Nothing that you buy in the store will be that quality, I promise you. Nothing will. That's the best material, you know. Really, if I was going to sell that material, get somebody to come out here and get it, I would sell a 20-pound bag for $6 or $7. I would sell a 20-pound bag of it. Maybe 20-pound bag, $8. You get my numbers right there. You gotta make sure to keep up with tax. I sell it for $8, even 20 pounds. Reason being is because Big Box will sell theirs a 40-pound bag for $12 of material like such. We can sell 40 pounds for probably about 12, anywhere between 12 and $20. And so I would do a 20-pound bag because I know that the material is worth more. But even though I know the material is worth more, I would want it to be accessible to somebody who really needed it. Because I understand I'm going through the struggle myself. But as you go through the struggle, you don't worry about going through the struggle. You just keep working. Everything will work out in the end. You just keep doing the work. Keep doing the work while you're going through the struggle, and everything will work out in the end. That's what I want you guys to know. You know, we don't have a lot. We don't have a lot. We don't have a lot at all, but we have a nice home, and we got a car, and we got all of our amenities on as far as lights, water, gas, and we have a little bit of gas in our car. But besides that, we don't have a lot as far as monetary. We don't have a lot of money. And that's okay, because when you're working, I want to tell you something. You gotta follow me, baby, so the camera can hear me. You don't know if that distance, the camera can hear me. I want to tell you something. Even though we don't have money to spend, when you're working hard every day, you won't want to spend your money anyway. So when we have some money, we don't want to spend it because we're putting in work all the time. We're working all the time. So, you know, and as you can see, we're up getting ready to work when the sun came up, and the sun is going down, and we haven't stopped. Have we stopped? Producing all day? We've been producing all day. There's been no shortage of production at all. And that's a pretty nice little size load right there. And as you can see, just from that little effort, look how much is being cleared. That quick. That's how much is being cleared. That's it. Out of here. And now we're gonna go to the compost pile so you can see where we're at. And this will be the last load that I'll dump in there today, simply because I need to dig some more. I don't even remember what day I started digging.
No.
What day I started digging this thing out. But it's a good thing I started digging it out when I started digging it out, right? Because now it's deep enough where we're moving on to another phase of working that we can dump and leave in there. And it'll be all right. And there you go. There you have it. And this stuff, look, you can see we just dug it out. It's already moist. Has that smell to it already where it's starting to break down. And just in about 6 months. And of course, we'll be, the water hose is right there. We'll be adding water to it. When we get it filled up, we'll be adding water to it. Let it get in there, ferment in there some more. I do still gotta dig on this side a little bit more, but you can see how deep that is. It's pretty freaking deep. I said 3 feet deep. By golly, I got it. 3 feet deep. And I still want to dig that part out a little bit more because the side that we dumped in was lower than that. But we had to dump in there. So it's still room to dump in there some more. And then to dig some more. And that's how I will end this. By filling up another wagon load of that's how I'm gonna end it. I'm gonna fill up another wagon load to go in there to start it off first thing in the morning. Wrong too. So I don't know if this video or the video of us showing our house being cleaned out will be posted first. Excuse me, guys. You gotta get the water. You gotta keep you some water when you're doing this type of work. You got to, because when it's at the middle of the day when it was hot, you know, if you didn't drink down some water, it's easy to dehydrate, and that's something you don't want to do out here. You don't want to get to a heat stroke going on or nothing like that. You know, you want to remain. Oh, something bit me and. Like an ant or something bit me in that thing. Really itchy on my leg. Mm-hmm. But you don't want to catch a heat stroke or something like that when it's in the middle of the day. Luckily, during the middle of the day, that's when I chose to do the hardest work of the day because I wanted to get that over with. Instead of doing like the hardest job when it's like nice and cool and the sun is about to be all the way down. Instead of doing the hardest job then, I chose to do the hardest job in the middle of the day. So when the day is ending, I can end it on a nice, cool way or whatever. Nice, cool little ending workout. So it's not the most difficult job in the world, you know, but it's work. And that's the whole goal. Everything. See, when you're farming, let's say you have a job that you go to every day, and when you come home from work, instead of you turning on the TV, sitting in front of the TV, especially if you're a single man or a woman, when you come home from work, instead of turning on the TV, go outside for an hour and visualize what your yard could be. And after you visualize what your yard could be, then start working it. Start bringing that vision to reality. Make that vision a reality. And before long, whatever bit me did a fantastic job. It really hurt. And before long, you will have your first experience of growing your own food. Mm-hmm. Which, and even if you don't want to do it to grow food, at least try to grow a flower. Right, baby? Mm-hmm. At least try to grow a flower, because it gets you in tune the closest that you'll get to God, I promise you. Being out here, you can't go to a building and find God quite the same as you can come out here and work the earth and find God. You know, when you go to a building to find God, there's a whole lot of hoopla and hopla. When you come out here and find God, it's a whole lot of work and a whole lot of appreciating your life. You get to appreciating the fact that you're alive because you're alive to do this work. And I think that's the best way to get in contact with God. Do you agree that's the best way to get in contact with God, or do you think there's another way? I think working.
Maybe. I think working is the best way.
I think working in some aspects is better than prayer, because working is putting prayer in motion. So let's say you want something in life and you're praying for it. Well, if you're praying for it and working towards it, the working towards it will outweigh the prayer, because you're answering your prayer. You're answering your prayer right then and there. You're putting in the work to make your prayer become a reality. So,
10, 9,
huh?
19.
19 minutes? Wow, guys. I'm able to put these videos, they go by so quick. And so, I guess my wife is saying this video is getting too long.
Because we don't want to get it cut off.
Yeah. She doesn't want this video to get cut off, because we have a string of videos that the camera is just shortening down. And I want to end this video with final thoughts for anybody watching. I hope that you're somewhere in the world being as productive as we are. Although be it, my wife might not be the best worker out here, outside. I might be the more dominant force of getting everything done outside. There's things that need to be handled and attended to, that if I went to handle them and attend to them, I would have to leave the work outside. And in that aspect, my wife does a good job. For instance, the Troy Cable, the internet with Troy Cable, that had to be handled. That had to be resolved. The Troy Cable had to be cut off. Now, if I would have took the time to go in and cut it off, that would be more time I wouldn't have to be out here. But my wife is competent enough to handle those things. Also, when it comes to a lot of other business, sometimes over the phone, I misinterpret what the message someone is trying to convey to me. And sometimes, as I said in other videos, sometimes in that way I can become the nicest a-hole you've ever met. I'll be such a nice a-hole, I'll make you cry. And but when I revert to those tactics, normally business doesn't get handled. You're left with a disgruntled person who does things inside the system, where you get some third world country doing business with you after that point from that company. And so, that route isn't always the best. I'm not the best communicator over the phone, but I find that I'm a very good communicator face to face, because face to face people I can look them in the eye, and they can, if they choose to look me in the eye, then what I'm trying to convey to them becomes very clear. And so with that and the final thoughts, and also telling you guys to not even telling you to, but telling you guys peace and prosperity, and hope you enjoyed the video. If you gained any value, if you found any value, whether it was entertainment or informational or infotainment, hit the like button, subscribe, and leave a comment. You'll more than likely be the first subscriber, because I don't think more than one person is viewing our videos. So you would more than likely be the first subscriber. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and there'll be more to come later. Got to get back to work.